We're joined now by Karen Tumulty of the Washington Post, a longtime friend of Top Line. Thanks for being here. And Karen, I want to start with this. You have a smart take up at the Washington Post website on what this means for Sarah Palin. It seems like it's a classic Palin move, you know, the good and the bad that surrounds it.
It is and it isn't. I think that this video, this statement, a lot of what we've seen from her in the past has seemed almost impulsive and reflexive. Right. And here she waited 4 days. This is a very carefully calibrated statement, a very professionally, as John said, almost presidential-like video, and yet it still does generate controversy.
So what about that phrase blood libel? I mean, is there any indication she didn't know the kind of the real meaning of that term, or was that intentional?
Well, it had certainly been used over the last few days by conservative commentators, but you cannot imagine that someone, she or her speechwriters, would have used a phrase that had the word blood in it in this context without at least having sort of Googled the history of it.
And that's it. And the other thing around the timing that has a lot of people shaking their heads is that this is the day of the remembrance out in Tucson, and she is here and dominating the discussion on a day that really is about the victims. Is this her making it about herself?
I think it is definitely an effort to be part of the storyline of this day, and certainly there is a lot of effort in this statement, which goes on for, what, 7 minutes?
Long on-camera statement.
To sort of put this kind of discourse into the great context of American exceptionalism.
So is this a sign of things to come with her, though? We've gotten used to getting Palin responses on Facebook postings and Twitter tweets. Are we going to start seeing her putting out these kind of quasi-presidential video statements?
You know, I think so, especially since, Republican operatives say she has been calling around a lot lately, not to talk to people only about whether she should run for president, but how she should do it. And I think there is a sort of more, professional look and feel to this kind of statement.
And finally, Karen, our last 30 seconds here, the president's going to speak tonight. He's never been known as the emoter-in-chief, but this is a moment, and it sounds like it's going to be an apolitical moment from what we've heard from the White House for him to dial into some of that emotion.
I think so. I mean, he is in a unique position as President of the United States, and I think that they are wise to stay as far away from politics as possible.
Yeah, and it should be an extraordinary moment. People remember these moments. These are the kind of moments in a presidency that stick with a president long after they leave office.
And it's a reminder that he's all of our president, whether you agree.
Right. Karen, the Post, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks
So much. Well, John, it will be an interesting evening tonight, and of course, Sarah Palin works her way back into the narrative once again.
Yeah, no doubt. And Rick, for this issue of Top Line, nevermore.
Nevermore indeed. All right. Twitter.com/Rick Klein, Twitter.com/John Carl. See you again.